Okay, I got one for you. Today's soapbox is about guns, because yay for guns. Okay, number one, if you have a gun, and you should, if you have a gun, you should be dry firing. What does that mean? That means go downstairs, go to a safe place in your house, and you should have a holster. If you have a gun and you don't have a holster, shame on you. Put that holster on, no matter how you carry it, if it's outside, if it's inside the waistband, however you carry it, and do a little dry fire training. Just work on that draw stroke. If you don't have a red dot and it's a good sized pistol, you should be running a red dot. But go ahead and work through that, making sure you can get a good sight presentation. Try to keep your eyes open. Make no excuses. Just get into some good habit of dry fire. I will be dry firing. Last night I did, and tonight and tomorrow night, because in 2 nights I'm going to be shooting a match. And I should be dry firing probably once, twice a week, but I don't. I don't do it enough. But especially me coming up, I want to have my my grip, my draw, and my sight picture down to a good repetition where I can do it reliably with my eyes closed. Not that I will be doing it with my eyes closed, but I want to be able to have it down. All right, number 2, shake out your gear. Make sure your guns are ready. If you have a scope and it is not dialed in and it's not set up, if you have a rifle and you don't have a sling on it, if you have a gun without a holster, if you have a gun and you need a light on it, do it now. Go ahead and don't put it off anymore. Don't make excuses. Go ahead and make this the weekend where you go ahead and say, I'm going to make sure that my home defense setup or my whatever your hunting setup is done. It's ready to go, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. And then when you go back out, you can check it and you can make sure, but you have peace of mind saying, well, I know this thing is ready. So when you grab it, it's ready to go. All right. Last but certainly not least, this is what I would call the most important one, is go out and shoot under pressure. Now, that's not going to be the same as having actual bullets flying by you as someone is shooting back. But if you need to go out and shoot in a competitive match, if you need to go out and shoot in a USPSA match or an IPSC match, go do that. If you can go out with some buddies onto some hunting property and you can have the guys behind you and you have some good shooters out there, go get some training. One of the best things about training is paying $300, $400, $500 and you have an instructor behind you grilling you. I was blown away the first time I went out and did some and paid for some professional firearms training with a really great company. I was blown away by how much pressure and how much adrenaline I had as they're grilling you and they're saying, hey, why are we doing this? What's going on? There's someone next to you on your same firing line who's messing up. It is a really nerve-wracking situation, and you feel like just adrenaline because you have all these eyes on you and you don't want to mess up. And you're thinking the whole time, I don't want to be the one to mess up. I don't want to be the one to mess up. And that's probably what you'll be thinking. I've never been shot at, but I imagine that's what you'll be thinking. Lord, don't let me screw this up if I have to actually pull the trigger in order to defend my life or my family. So get a shot timer. Shot timer is a great one. Get an app. Get someone who can be with you, who can say threat, and you can go ahead and draw and work on all that. Don't make any more excuses for it. Start working on it. If you have a gun and it doesn't have a holster, if you have a rifle and it doesn't have a sling, if there's stuff that you need to, that's on your shopping cart and it's not going to get cheaper. It's not going to get more readily available than it is right now. So don't make excuses. Just go ahead and pull the trigger, so to speak. Pull the trigger on this stuff now and go ahead and get it. So that is my soapbox for today, and I hope you have a blessed week.